Hello and welcome. I'm Richard Caldwell and your host of the first episode of the Healthy Journey on Jurni TV. On this show, we'll be exploring all things health, where we cut through the noise and bring you real health solutions. Be sure to comment hashtag replay or hashtag live, depending on when you're watching it. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments below and we'll be happy to answer them for you. In this episode, we have fitness coach Andrew Poletto, and we'll be discussing diet and exercise. Hello, Andrew. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. So you are a fitness coach, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. I am an ISSA certified personal trainer. I basically do a lot of stuff online. Website topfitnessstrategies.com, and I focus on the folks that are over 50 years old that just want to my tagline is look better, feel better, lose some weight. That's what I focus on.
Awesome. So just real quick, not looking to get real heavy into it, but what you eat is important, obviously.
Right.
It's not the only thing that matters, but it is important. So just quickly, without getting real heavy into it, what does Andrew Poletto eat to keep himself healthy?
Well, that's a funny question because I come from an Italian family. My mom and dad both came from Italy, and they're both excellent cooks. So growing up in that household, you can just imagine what kind of food we had, which was fantastic and delicious. Now, in the same token, my father, before he passed, had heart issues. And he had actually 3 heart attacks. He had quadruple bypass surgery. But he lived 20 years past that quadruple bypass surgery. He never had any issues with his heart. But I say all that to let you know that because of all that, my mom learned to cook as healthy as possible. And of course, since I lived close by, I was constantly over their house for meals. Why not? I'm Italian. That's the way we work it. So the healthier the food was, the healthier, if food could be cooked healthier, my mom always found a way to do it. So that was always good. Now, when I moved away, because I lived in different parts of the country, I wasn't nearly as good a cook as my mother was, but I understood a lot of it. Now, I'm also not going to sit here and tell you that I'm I eat the healthiest diet in the world. Yeah, I do indulge in a pizza now and then, and drink the adult beverages now and then, and that's why I teach my clients, or at least I preach that to my clients. Just because you eat that kind of stuff does not mean you're not healthy, and you don't have to have the 6-pack abs. You don't have to have the the 40 beats per minute heart rate to be healthy. And I say that because the last time I went to the doctors and got physical, all the vital signs, I call my inside signs of the blood work and all the stuff that goes on inside, was spot on, right where it needed to be, and they couldn't believe it. They say, because you're a little bit of a bigger guy. I said, yeah, and they asked what I did, and I told them. And they said, we usually don't have somebody your size, not that I'm obese or anything, I'm just bigger than usual. And they say, we usually don't have people coming your size that are as fit and healthy as you are. I say, well, I take that as a compliment. Thank you. So I know I'm going a long ways off here, but yeah, just as long as you watch what you eat. And my big thing is I drink a lot of water, and I try to cut back on sugar and salt as much as possible.
That's good, and I wouldn't say that you went off. It especially when you get older, it's important to understand that. And with everything, all the research that I've done, I think that one of the biggest things that you need to cut out is sugar.
Yes.
Sugar does create so many problems in your life. And unfortunately, we live in a time where sugar is being pushed so hard, and there's natural sugars, which I don't know what part it plays in your health. And most most health officials that I can find have no idea what part it plays, but obviously it plays some part because most every living thing has a certain amount of sugar in it. But much of our foods that we have today have added sugar. And I was just doing some research on that today and reading on from Harvard Medical School, and it's absolutely crazy the amount of foods that have sugar in them. And I mean, you can look at our society today and see where we're going. And it's unfortunate that most of society don't understand the role that sugar plays in our health today.
I agree.
But so what you eat is very important, but as well, there's another aspect of that too, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not a nutritionist. I'll be the first person to tell you that. I haven't studied a whole lot outside of the realm of being a personal trainer and just dabbling on researching things that I like to research on the internet. And like you said, sugar is bad for you. Sugar is poison. This is what my dad's cardiologist once told us. Said sugar is poison. Now, you're talking to a Mountain Dew-aholic. I absolutely love Mountain Dew. Right? I have all my life, and it's still to this day, it's my favorite drink, even though I hardly ever indulge in it. It's my favorite drink out there. So I am a Mountain Dew-aholic. I freely admit that. But I also know that too much Mountain Dew or too much of sugar, period, soda pop in general, is just bad for you. And I tell people all the time, even if you switch over to diet soda, it's not good. Cut out soda completely. If you're serious about being healthy, losing weight, being healthy, sugar shouldn't have any part of it. Now, like you said, there's all kinds of natural sugar out there, which, and once again, I'll say this, I'm not a nutritionist, but when I hear the people that quote unquote study this stuff say that you shouldn't eat fruits and berries either because there's too much sugar in there, I kind of shake my head a little bit. I'm not saying they're the most healthy or the not the most healthy, but they're natural. So I don't know how you can say eating fruits and vegetables that have sugar in them is not healthy because it's natural. That's natural sugar. I'm sure there's all kinds of studies out there that show one way or the other. In my mind, it just doesn't compute. Because if you have a Mountain Dew versus an apple, now to me, of course, Mountain Dew tastes better, but the apple is a lot healthier for you. So they both have sugar, but which one's healthier for you? So that's the way I look at things.
Right. And that article that I read in Harvard Medical School this morning talked about that exactly. You know, it talked about the natural sugars in fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. And it explained why it wasn't so detrimental to your health because of all the other nutrients that are in those, and the sugar is not absorbed into your body just all at once real quick, but because of everything that's in it, the sugar is absorbed in your body and properly used over a period of time. But the added sugar is what gets you because there's no nutrients to go with it. So when it goes into your body, when you eat it, it just goes out into your body all at once. And that causes a lot of problems. Again, I know that it plays a part in health. Nobody knows what part that is. Scientists haven't been able to figure it out as far as I know. But if it didn't have a place in health, it wouldn't be in plants, you know, because
right.
Yeah. So anyway, but what's the other side of your health? What else do you do to keep yourself fit?
Well, the diet and workout. I mean, if you want to look at the broad strokes of everything, diet and workout. Now, I also want to mention this about the diet, I use the term diet, but I don't want people to think you have to be on a diet. Diet just to me is another word for nutrition, how you fuel your body, whatever you put in your body. I tell people all the time with the sugar, also fast food is bad, period. I had a a debate with somebody. This is several years ago. We're talking about fast food, and I said, fast food is just to avoid it, avoid all fast food restaurants. And he was telling me that no, if you have a salad, it's fine. I said, you don't go to a fast food restaurant to have a salad. Then he goes on to tell me that the most nutritious fast food place is in, if I can't say this, I'm sorry, but I'm going to. He says it's Taco Bell. That's my reaction. Like, oh, okay. He says, because you can have healthy things at Taco Bell. I said, no. So I said, I'm going to end this debate. But I bring that up because I tell people, and I think this is a good story, that a long time ago, I used to go to fast food on a daily basis because I was, being single and constantly driving up and down the road because of the job I had at the time and constantly going to fast food restaurants. So on December 31st, I said, I went to a fast food restaurant. I can tell you where it was and which one it was and what city and everything. I said, you know what? I'm going to give this up for 30 days to see if I can. And 30 days led to another 30 days and to another 30 days and so on and so forth. And that was December 31st, 2006. Wow. I have yet to be, I used to say I have yet to step foot in a fast food restaurant, but I can't say that anymore because about a year and a half ago, I had a business meeting with somebody who elected to do it at a fast food restaurant. Now, I don't like going into a restaurant of any kind and not ordering anything. So I ordered a black cup of coffee and that's it. That's all I had. So I can still say I've never eaten fast food, but I cannot no longer say I've never been anywhere. I haven't stepped foot in one. So that's a story I tell people all the time. But to answer your question, going back to the other part of nutrition, being fit, is getting nutrition and also you have your workout.
Yes. Yes.
I know it's a long answer, but I wanted to get that little story out there, I think.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. So do you want to talk about any of your workout?
Sure.
Any suggestions on what people can do to work out without straining themselves and work on becoming a little more fitter?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm a huge fan of at-home fitness. I have a little makeshift gym in my basement. I used to be in my garage, but when I moved, I had a basement, so I put it in my basement. Now, my gym, the only weights that I have in my gym are 4 dumbbells, 2 20-pound dumbbells and 2 25-pound dumbbells. That's it. I have no other weights in my gym. I do have a pull-up bar if you want to consider that a weight because you're using your body weight, and I have a jump rope. I do a lot of workouts, and I encourage my folks to do a lot of workouts at home and using your body weight. I also encourage them to do what they call video fitness, where you find a video you like out there. I'm not going to mention any companies, but there's certain programs and products that I recommend. I said, and if you don't have the motivation to do a workout yourself, pop a DVD in or get an app on your phone. I'm old school with the DVD still. I have a big screen TV down there, and I said follow along with the trainers. Now, if you don't like doing that, I also wrote an ebook that has a workout program in there. It's all about body weight exercises and at-home stuff. So I tell folks all the time, if you, let me back up a second, because the way I train folks, and I tell them, if your goal is to show off your body on stage somewhere, I am not the guy, because I don't train that way. I'll be your biggest cheerleader if that's what your goal is, but I don't train that way because I have a belief that most people, they want the 6-pack abs. Yeah, who doesn't want 6-pack abs? Everybody wants 6-pack abs, but people don't want to work that hard to get it because it's not easy to get the 6-pack abs.
Right.
But if you just want to look better, feel better, lose some weight, there's all kinds of programs out there, and you're carrying around your gym with you. It's called your body. I can show you how to do a 20-minute, 30-minute, 40-minute, 60-minute workout in front of your television, and you'll be sweating like you wouldn't believe. But the thing is, you have to want to do it. Now, do I encourage people to go to a gym? Of course I do. There's not a trainer out there that won't encourage people to go to a gym, but you also have to know what you're doing, because when you get to our age, and I'm talking over 50, that's the people I work with, and that's what this is all about, over 50. A lot of the guys I work with, a lot of the guys out there, especially my friends, and I don't know if you read into this or not, they're old high school and college athletic jocks. And, even though they haven't touched a weight or been to a gym, in 40 years, they think they're still Mr. Universe and can go in there and they do the typical, and I heard this term recently, I never heard it before, the typical bro workout, bench press and curls. My buddies and I used to do that a long time ago in our late 20s when we were still going out to the bars and trying to pick up ladies and things of that sort. We think we get pumped up by going to the gym first and doing bench press and curls. We got to get the muscles going because that's our mentality. And that's the mentality the former athletes have because that's all they were ever taught to do. They weren't taught to do anything more. But because that's what they were taught to do, they think they know everything about fitness. And so therefore, a lot of my friends especially say, hi, you're Mr. Fitness. We know what you know. No, you don't. But why bother talking with them? But to answer, I know it's a long answer to your question, but I'm a big fan of body weight workouts. And once again, I can show you how to do a full-blown workout and you'll be sweating and breathing and everything else. You're standing in front of your TV and doing workouts. I can do that for you.
Right. Yeah. And, I agree. There's tons and tons of videos out there. I've seen them where you've got, guys anywhere from their 20s up to their 50s who are into major workouts, heavy weights. They know what they're doing. And in about half a second, they're being hauled off to the hospital.
Oh yeah.
Either they rip a muscle huge, tear a tendon, drop weights on their neck, because they don't have a spotter. They're trying to overdo it, break bones, lifting weights. You can definitely break bones. And yeah, at that point it gets really bad, but, yeah, most definitely. A lot of people don't understand that. And body weight, working with your own body weight, it's less dangerous because if something goes wrong, there's nothing to land on you. And you're not going to break your bones, usually, unless you're doing something that's not recommended.
Exactly.
But,
now I also tell people, they say, well, I like to work, and people say I like to work out at a gym. I said, that's fine. But if you haven't worked out for, 10, 20, 30 years, going to a gym, maybe not the best thing for you right away. Learn to do stuff with your body. Let your body and your muscles get acclimated to you doing stuff by using your own body weight. Let that be a stepping stone for you to get to the gym. You're working the same muscles. Yeah, you're working them differently. I'll be the first one to admit that. And maybe you're not as isolated doing a body weight workout than you are doing a free weight workout. Yeah, I'll admit that. But you can get just as strong if that's what you're looking for, just as lean if that's what you're looking for, just as healthy if that's what you're looking for. So then it comes down to personal preference. I personally like the body weight stuff. Other guys like the thing about going to the free weight. So I say, well, use what I teach you as a stepping stone to get to the next level. If that makes any sense. It does.
And I equate that back to when I was younger, in my teens and my 20s. I went to a gym once in a while, but I could never get into it. I was bigger about push-ups and about set-ups, and I'd done tons of walking in the country. And I was always fairly thin, but guys who were twice my size, they thought that I was weak. And we'd go to do something, pick something up or whatever, and I would outperform them. I would completely outperform them. They blew their muscles up, but it didn't mean that they were strong.
Right.
They look good, but if you're not working out properly, you're not building strength. You're just getting puffy. And maybe that's why some people prefer. I prefer the strength.
Right.
I prefer the strength.
And if I live out in the country, and I grew up in the country, I'm not a farmer, but I'm surrounded by farmers. So a lot of my friends were farmers. Now there's a difference between somebody who bales hay all summer long versus somebody going to the gym. Yeah, the guy in the gym may be able to bench press, 600 pounds. You might have a chest and arms that are big like this, but when it comes to strength, all around body strength, I'll take the farmer who's been baling hay all day long over the guy who can, bench press 600 pounds. There's no comparison in strength.
There's not, because, and I grew up on ranches and some farms as well, so I know exactly what you're talking about. The guy who bench presses all day, he's working just a couple of muscles.
Yep.
And he's going to go work a couple over here out and a couple over here out, but he's building big muscles in certain areas, but he's not building his endurance, and he's not building all of his muscles. The guy that's out there baling hay, he's using every muscle he's got.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A lot of times you got to take that hay and it's got to go over your head,
Yes.
Yeah, you're using every muscle you got to get it there every single time, all day long. So you're building endurance because you got to keep going, and you're building all of your muscles. And when you build all of your muscles, you have a lot more strength than just a few.
Right. Now, I also want to make sure I point this out. I'm not talking down or bad mouthing anybody that likes to do gym workouts and works on a bench press or work on curls. If that's your game, that makes you happy, go for it, man. I'll be your biggest fan. I tell people all the time, I don't care how big you are, how strong you are. You're not going to intimidate me in the gym. You can impress the heck out of me. I'm too old. I'm over that. Okay. Yeah. You're not going to intimidate me in the gym. I've worked out with bodybuilders. I've worked out with, just about anybody in regular gyms. I used to be a gym rat. You can impress the heck out of me, like I said, but you're not going to intimidate me. So I'm not, when I talk about, and I'm assume you are as well, when we talk about guys that, can bench press this and curl that, versus somebody who can bale hay all summer long. We're not putting one down or saying one's better than the other. They're two different kinds of things altogether. Right. We're just pointing out the differences in the two. That's all.
Exactly. It's not, it's completely preference, it's not a bad thing to be one or the other, but you understanding the difference between the two is very important, especially for somebody starting out.
Yep.
You really need to know what you're getting into either way that you go, and you have to have a goal in mind, because if you set one goal and you go the wrong way, you're not going to get to where you're going.
Right.
If you're sitting in Texas and you want to go to New York and you go west, you'll never make New York. You'll never get there. Well, maybe if you got a boat or a plane eventually. But that's a long way to go.
Exactly.
So anyway, well, I appreciate it, Andrew. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for coming on. Do you have any final words?
Yeah. First of all, I got to plug what I got a little bit here. If you go to topfitnessstrategies.com, that's my website now. I have a free gift for anybody that's listening. topfitnessstrategies.com/guts, GUTS. Because a long time ago, and I'm starting them back up as well now, but I used to do audio interviews with different fitness folks from around the world. That's how the website got started. It's a long story about that. I won't bore you with it. But a friend of mine who lives in Colorado, she goes by Coach Red. She was my very first virtual personal trainer. And we coined that phrase before it became cool. This was back 2005, 2006. We coined the phrase virtual personal trainer. So I credit Marie and her for coming up with that. But anyway, we did a couple of calls, interviews, phone calls. The first one we did was call it the booty call, because it worked on the gluteus maximus, your butt, basically. So then a few years later, we revised that and we called it Butts and Guts, Booty Call 2.0. So I have that audio free download for anybody. It's an MP3 download. So if you go to topfitnessstrategies.com/guts, GUTS, you can get it. That'd be my free gift to you guys.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. I appreciate you putting that out there. Yes, definitely go check out his website, check out what he's got. Andrew's a great guy. And how long have you been doing this for again, Andrew?
Oh, gee whiz. Workout wise, I've been doing a long time. And then in the Top Fitness Strategies, it's been a few years out there. I mean, I have put put it this way, I have a part of the website, it's my membership part. And it goes back several years. All the interviews that I did with folks, I have it on the membership site. The audio quality isn't the greatest because as far back as I was doing, this is before podcasting was cool. And I didn't know what I was doing. So the audio quality isn't the greatest, but I have right now 47 interviews that I've done with fitness folks. They're all audio interviews on the site. Now I'm also doing video interviews like you are now as well, but that's part of the membership site. So yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. So I usually do, I have 47 on the website. I have several I didn't put on there because I didn't like the stuff that was going on with it, the quality. Right. So.
Right. Well, cool. That's awesome. Definitely check out Andrew. Check out his site. Get his free gift. And hey, if you're needing fitness, if you're over 50, you probably work with people under 50 as well. I'm sure.
Absolutely. I'll turn anybody away. Guys, girls, men, women, young, old. Come on over.
Awesome. Yes, definitely go check out his website. Get his stuff, and if it's right for you. Get his services, work out with him, get healthier. It's important. Your health is important. It is very, very important. I've only recently learned that myself. So yeah, go work out with him, and thank you. I appreciate everyone for watching. Y'all have a great day, and we will see you next week on the next episode.
Y'all be sure to go get your free gift from topfitnessstrategies.com/guts. GUTS from Andrew. Let us know whether you watch this live or on the replay. And if you have any questions or comments, put it in the comments section below and we'll get back to you and answer any questions that you have. You can check out all of our episodes at jurni.tv/healthy and be sure to catch us live next Tuesday at 5 p.m. when we discuss more healthy solutions at jurni.tv/healthy.